Hey, it's Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. How y'all doing? Greetings. Vinay, Color Guppies, Chattanooga Ed, Post Seaweed, Maria Z. How are you all doing? Welcome, and I hope you are having the best of all days. Summer is finally here. Finally here. And it couldn't be more exciting. And so it's all good. It is all good all the way around. Don Gallagher, how are you doing, buddy? Middle of making dinner, should be lurking. It's okay. I already had dinner. I had Dr. Prager's. It looks like a wrench party so far, except for Vinay and Maria. But I think we'll have some non-wrench people here. I don't know. I can't wrench everybody. I'd love to wrench everybody, but I can't. So here's the deal. For those of you playing along with us at home, it's summer. It's finally here. Isn't it great? Finally has gotten warm enough. Hey, the next lead singer for Whitesnake, Peter Thiel. Jess, Mainsails, Fur and Fins, lurking and working. Hey, gang, if you got to come and lurk, I'm all in. No issues. I appreciate your time and just hanging out. So it's all good. So there is, for those of you who are in the vicinity of Joplin Mo, there is a fish table sale on Saturday, or as they say in Spanish, Sábado. Sábado en Joplin, Missouri. Will be a table sale. I'm going to have some guppies down there hanging out with my man Derek, who is who's big on this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's all good. What's going on in your world as you're getting, really in the last week is the first time I could have thought of setting up a tub. So I probably need to go to Tractor Supply and sort of figure it out. All good all the way around. About an hour or so ago, I got the thing that I received 3 packages today. One from a pump died on me, so I had to order that in. Oh, you sent 2 tubs up today. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Ali Sean. How are you? So I received a water pump because I had one die. Then I got, and I think this is very exciting, I got some brine shrimp eggs for the next 6 months. Some fine guppy food from, I get mine from American Brine Shrimp. It's not an endorsement, just letting you know where it's going through. And I got some food in, the D. Gray high protein guppy food. And I've got to pick it up tomorrow, so I'll do that on my way home for lunch. JETS, the Jets. So it's all good. All good in the hood. Doug's video inspired me, or shall I say perspired? It's all good. I will tell you, though, if you're in the AFC, there's a new team to look out for in 2021, and that's the Tennessee Titans. They have, I think it's pretty exciting. They have, Julio Jones. So there you go. There's your football talk for today. And it's all good. Put Hornwort in one tub and Water Sprite in the other to buy some Platties this week. There you go. So you're going to go Platties on us. Yeah, that is something, Doug. Now, are you putting covers on your tubs? Season opener should be the Cardinals against the Titans. I'll tell you what, Julio Jones, if he's healthy, He's a top 5 receiver in the NFL. So, yeah. Yes, Guppies don't do well in the tubs. Posey, we got platies. And you have covers for the tubs. There you go. We've had a little bit of rain today, not much, just a little bit here. We were supposed to get really heavy rain yesterday and today and got almost nothing. So whatever platies you can find, no specific types, just tub them and go. National Fish League in the NFL, exactly, Posey. Be quiet about that, or they're going to do. We're going to receive a cease and desist from the NFL. The real one, they're real protective of that. Very protective of it. It's companies like that are very protective of their brand. Yalishan sold some tanks off to buy Jet season tickets. I made lids for my tubs so mosquitoes could get in and nothing else. There you go, Chattanooga ad. That's right. That's right, all the way around. Let the mosquitoes get in there. The buffet of the skies. Should have reached with my other hand. This arm is just killing me still. Doug Gray is doing amazing. Use 1/3 fresh water, 1/3 tank water, add mosquito dunks. Since there are no fish out yet, we'll add plants tomorrow. There you go. Costanza elbow. It's not a good time in Mudville. Not a good time in Mudville. That's your second sports take today. Last year I had a bunch of Tennessee gray tree frogs wipe me out in one of my tubs. You see, there you go. Yeah, it's still swollen. Yeah, it's great. I can't wait for Friday. I'm fearful that it's torn and they're going to have to do a little bit of arthroscopic on my elbow. That's my fear. Fresca, the drink of centuries. Yep, I got around that autocorrect. Yep. It's do my best. Autocorrect is not as good as you think it should be. I'm somebody, there are some people that it's okay. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. I worked out, went from there. So if I get, it's been so much pain for about 5-6 weeks now. There you go. Voice to chat is killing you tonight. Yeah. I picked up some mango Pepsi. First few sips were weird, but then it tastes pretty good. Yeah, you see. I have not seen the mango Pepsi here. I'll have to keep an eye out. But, in Joplin Mo, we have a lot of advantages, but we have some disadvantages. We don't get some of the really good products. Like, for instance, we do not have a Port of Subs. But we do have, what is it? Whatever panda that is. That's good. Take 6 weeks off to rehab. Yep. I have not kept musk turtles. I've not kept turtles at all. Is that sad? I got some pretty good footage of a turtle the other day. Hey, Chewy, Lunatic Fringe in the deal. I know a lot of people keep turtles. I don't have anything against turtles. I don't have anything against herps. I don't have any though. Berry flavored Mountain Dew. Yeah. I read an article like in the Wall Street Journal, and this got to be about 10 years ago. But it was talking about how these big mega corporations, the ones that own, Pepsi and whoever owns Mountain Dew, whoever does all that sort of stuff. It's such a risk to put out a new product that they put out brand extensions. So it's like, remember, I don't know, 10 years or so ago, there was like about 30 different flavors of Twix. Trust me, I love the Twix about as much as anyone. But, there were so many different types of Twix, you didn't know which one to get. And the article was about that it had backfired on the corporation because their goal was to increase their market share. Okay? Sell more product. Well, what it did is that the Twix sold the same amount of Twix. They were robbing from Peter to pay Paul. So what these big multinational corporations do to increase market share is they just buy people. Because they don't come up with good ideas at all. Oh, for my arm, Carrie, I don't know. I'm seeing the doctor on Friday. I mean, I waited like 2 weeks, called my personal physician. They set me up with a specialist. I see a specialist on Friday. African banded barbs, there you go. Hovering loaches. Something else, maybe glass blood fin tetras. My favorite Tetra. Is the gold Tetra. It used to be called the brass Tet or the Dawn Tetra, but it's a gold Tetra. It's a terrific little fish. It's gorgeous. The problem is that the captive bred specimens become silver, kind of a dull silver. And they believe it's because of enzymes or maybe a bacteria. They're from their native area, the Amazon, which I think is fantastic. And but they're a cute little fish. They're hardy as hell. Peaceful schooling fish. They're a little light nipping, but nothing substantial. It's really, really, really a nice fish. I like him a whole lot. So that's, but yeah, I love the Tetras. I'm a big fan. And doing those, the tanks with, with a bunch of Tetras schooling. It's a pretty nifty thing to see. It really is. Yeah, well, the whole deal with the Twix, again, it's really good, but it doesn't help them do what they want to do. Patty's Petite Tanks is part of the botany of plants that affect fish. Same goes on with wild jewels in Florida. They have evolved less color to get away from predators. Well, they have not necessarily evolved. That's not really an evolution. What it is natural selection, which could lead eventually to being a different beastie. They're still jewel cichlids. It's you stick them with other jewel cichlids, they'll reproduce right away. It's for instance, like the house sparrows, which are basically a bird that's almost everywhere in the world except Antarctica, because they travel on ships and all that sort of stuff. They go through. They look at those house sparrows, and some of them live in the desert, and their color's a little bit different. Huh? Why is that? Natural selection, because the ones with the real sharp color, they get eaten. Patty's petite tanks, how are you? Gray lunatic muppet. They have lost their colors over several years. Science going on with it. You wouldn't be surprised what we don't know about West African fish. And I'm sure there is. We don't know a lot of, as smart as human beings claim they are. We know nothing. We know just a thumbnail of of what goes on in the universe. We really do. And I know there are a lot of hybrids under the name jewel cichlid. Yep. It's a brand name, it's not a fish. So we know nothing. Okay, let's be honest here. You're called gray and a lunatic by Patty's Petite Tanks. Yep, you were, and I just read it. Sergeant Schultz, baby. Humans are smarter than raccoons. Truly? Chattanooga Ed? Really? We're not smarter than Bigfoot. So that went on sideways. But if you look at this, is that you dig into science, and there's a certain amount of laws, law being an actual scientific fact. So, the law of gravity, second law of thermodynamics. These are all scientific laws that you can repeat over and over again. And instead of a hypothesis, a hypothesis is this fish evolved into that fish that evolved into that fish. We look at fossil records. Color Guppies, how are you? We're talking about natural selection and evolution. But we cannot determine for sure that's exactly what occurred. For instance, Darwin's birds, if you're familiar with that, Darwin's birds are in the Galapagos. And there are like 3 different types of finches. And they believe, again, they don't know, that the finches evolved into 3 different species from one species over millennia. Okay. They have gone in and gravity's law. Yep. Mr. Manifesto. So they've gone in on the Galapagos. They have scientists out there. And the Galapagos Islands, which many people don't realize, it's a very harsh climate. Very harsh. It's not like a real pleasant place to be. And is that S, how are you? So they measure the beaks, and depending on the season, the beaks begin to grow on the babies because it's just a natural sort of natural selection of those that survive. So we like to truly understand these things, but we don't. Mike's Aquatics and Things, Kansas in the house. Remember my man Derek at Snakes and Tails in Joplin doing a table sale. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Carrie. I have Swordtails and I have the California Reds all ready to go at this time. You know who I haven't seen lately? Jeff Cunningham. However, that's a fish within its own ecosystem. You cannot include introductions or other issues that man has caused, like irrigation ditches in Mexico or that threaten cichlid and live bear species. Yep. 2 totally awful grade B jokes in the new video, and you're proud of them. Excellent. I look forward to hearing them, Doug Ray. I look forward to hearing them. It's yeah, it's again the whole process here, and again, natural selection does not mean evolution. It just doesn't. So yeah, so it's yeah, you can release certain cichlids in certain bodies of water, and because of natural selection, they're going to change their looks. That's just sort of part of the deal. Just is. Sounds good, Ali Sean. You should take advantage of it, Doug. Back in the day, I named my albino ferret Darwin because I found it funny in an ironic sort of way. Yeah, see, there you go. Naturally selected Selma Hayek. She has yet to respond. I'm getting worried. All I can tell you, Doug, is if you get a cease and desist or a don't contact order, that's when you worry. It's like I went for a swim at Kendall Jenner's house, and they didn't want me coming back. Rico Stan, what's up, buddy? Hey, Raleigh. Fish keep in Jamaica. So, we like to go in. It's yeah, but the idea of being in a subspecies, for instance, there are. I'll give you a great example: tigers. You're familiar with tigers? They're these big cats that can kill a man, break us in half. Well, you stick a male Siberian tiger in with females that are of different subspecies, they're gonna make they're gonna make the good stuff and make a baby every time. Now it's evolved into a different species. That means they can't really do that anymore. Yeah, there are lunatic fringe, and there's also with the red foxes, several different varieties, subspecies. Environments have a lot to do with it, and as Chewy was bringing out, isolation, for like millennia. Okay, yeah. I asked Suri why I was still single. She turned on the front camera. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty much is my deal too. And I just think that, by the way, having 40 aquariums in house, you think that that would make me much more attractive. You know why? Did I say hi, my fish tank aquatics? I don't know if I did say hi to you. I apologize. Um, is that my wonder of you'd think that the women would say, "Wow, he stays at home. He has to keep track of those aquariums. You don't have to worry about where he is at night. He's obviously a good-looking man." And all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, your camera's turned off. There you go. I just saw Bolo the dog. Oh, he's sitting right over here. He hasn't come over to be picked up yet. Yeah, I've got a cool couch. What woman wouldn't want this? 40 fish aquariums, a cute little sissy dog that's old and he hacks and he's deaf as a doornail. So I'm heading home in just a couple of weeks, a little over 3 weeks. I can't wait. My I put in saying, okay, where's a good place for my dog to stay? I need to set him up in like daycare, and so there you go. When you first meet girls, you should name drop Doug's name. You hear Bolo coughing. That's called congestive heart failure, everybody. Congestive heart failure. So so it's like if you go, Lamont, you big dummy. Mentioned Red Fox. Yep, absolutely. Poor Bolo. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be finished shortly. I have to redo the electric. As soon as my tax refund comes in, you know what I'm spending it on. There are a lot of raccoons everywhere in North America, now in some areas of Europe too. And I read an article since we've been on raccoons tonight. I've not gotten my year's supply of White Stripe beer delivered yet, or Red Stripe. Yeah, I have not. Yeah, they're an invasive species, and even in the United States, there's way too many of them. It is. I read an article that back in the day when there was a balance of nature in North America, where you had wolves and you had all that sort of stuff, it's is that raccoons. I don't have the exact number at the top of my head. It was like 20 per square mile. And now there's over 700 per square mile in some places. Let's see. Let me do this. Raccoon population. Let's see here. Since we're in on this. The raccoons used to be solitary. And let's see, how many are there? All the different subspecies. For instance, the Florida panther. You see, I didn't realize we were going this way. The American population of raccoons has skyrocketed in the last decade. So there you go. All right. Speaking of raccoons, guess who's up here? Polo. So there you go. Hey, thank you very much, Nougat. If you haven't given a like, please do. That's maybe why you can't find red stripe beer, because you're looking for white stripe by mistake. Raccoons can be eaten. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Kansas in the house. You and Mike, my Kansas folks. That's called congestive heart failure, everybody. Yeah, trust me, the little beasties are all over the place, those raccoons. I see them on my drive to work. I go to work at 5 a.m., so occasionally I'll see one scurrying across the street. Occasionally see one scurrying across the street, which is great. Yeah, I'll tell you what, raccoons are good eating. They make a good stew. They're fantastic to eat. There used to be quite, back in the day where people wore fur coats. It's today some women wear fur coats, but it's not very fashionable. Some wear faux fur coats, or so artificial. Raccoon was pretty popular as a coat, and for little kids, my dad talked about when he was a kid, he wanted to be Davy Crockett, and every kid had a raccoon skin hat. So there you go. Okay, done moving leopard geckos around that are gone. They make a fantastic hat, those raccoons. Pretty amazing. They're pretty amazing all the way around. So those who joined in, I get my mail at a different place, mainly because I'm not home a lot during the day. Hey, Barbara Jackson. Yeah, Bolo, he's, yeah. You have an old standard poodle, congestive heart failure. Yeah, he's going to be 14 here in a couple of months. And he's doing pretty good. Raccoon Lodge was a popular place in Brooklyn. So there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it would. And what also would take care of the raccoon population is that we don't have enough predators to take care of them. And a delicious wolf is one of them. Read yesterday that Brooklyn's original name was Pigtown. Huh. I didn't know that. You spent a lot of time in Brooklyn. Huh. They have a lot of oinkers back there back in the day when that was kind of like farmland. Now that's called Iowa. Hey, Bolo. But when the wolves away, man has to take over. So, no, you're correct. It's it's, and by the way, I don't get the paranoia over wolves. I'm from Minnesota originally. I used to go to the northern Minnesota and hear them at night. If you don't live in wolf country, probably one of the most electrifying sounds in the wild are the howls of wolves at night. You sit there and you hear them way off in the distance. Coyotes are pretty good too, but wolves are amazing. Yeah. Timber wolves, Arctic wolves, gray wolves, they're all fantastic. The Mexican red wolf, the Mexican gray wolf. What? I may have to put him in the backyard for a few minutes. Loons are also a pretty cool sound. Absolutely. I was a kid up in northern Minnesota on the lakes. I'd go out early fishing and I'd listen to them and see them. Hey, you know what? As a kid, Barbara, I did read Where the Red Fern Grows. And, yep, I remember that exactly. Here we come, walking down the street. Get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anyone down. Exactly, Barbara Jackson. Redford Rose, we read it as a class project when I was like in 4th grade or 3rd grade, somewhere around there. Great book. Select Pet. I know a lot of loons. Yes. I do too. Not pointing at anybody other than, me. All right. Here's Bolo. You went to a Monkees concert on your 22nd birthday? Is this when Davy Jones was still alive, or he had a heart attack due to his cocaine binge? Yeah, that's kind of a sad way for him to go, isn't it? Now Peter Tork is gone. There's just 2 monkeys left. Doing dishes. Couldn't get your phone wet. Yep. All right, Bolo. Here you go. I may have to put him out back for a minute here. Let's see what he does here. If he harasses me. He slept from, he asked me to take him out at about 4. Then he went back and he slept. He slept through dinner. I had dinner at like 4:30. I mean, pretty impressive, actually. Pretty impressive. Yeah, only 2 beetles as well. Maybe they can get together. The 2 beetles and the 2 monkeys. Yeah, only 2 of the original members of the Who. Yeah, actually, the Who and the Beatles getting together would be more likely. Here's why. Bass player, Paul. John Entwistle, the bass player for the Who, Dad. Cocaine. Hell of a drug. Then on drums, well, Ringo Starr. Why? Because, Keith Moon's dead. Guitar player. Yeah, it's it makes all the sense in the world. Pete Townsend, great lead singer, and Roger Daltrey. I think we had just had much better. I think we would have just had a much better Davy Jones. And of course, the original Davy Jones is David Bowie. By the way, America's team here, the Vikings. Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lack toes. Oh my God. Doug Gray, write that down. Mike, do you just have a cheesy book, thing? I would love to see McCartney with Queen. Okay, who was on acid for 5,000? Lactose. Are we taking pictures? Sid Barrett, acid head. You know, I'll tell you what. Now, you guys may find this hard to believe. I have never taken acid or cocaine or meth or heroin. I'm not fun at all. I am the least fun person here. Doc Ellis was on acid when he threw a no-hitter. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Bolo's in the house. I do drink beer. But I drink bourbon and tequila. Not at the same time. Bolo's here. He's right up in the lap. He hasn't laid down yet. This is a... What? What? You drink Zima or Zena or whatever the hell that was? Good times had by all. Good times. Ever used marijuana? Yeah, I have. Been a long time, but I have. You've done acid numerous times, but not in the last 35, 40 years, though. Yeah. I want one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. Yeah, that's right. Peter, when you're picking up girls, you may want to word it differently and not say, I'm the least fun person here. You see? Grat Fuhrer for today. Do I think he was clean at that point? Yeah. What, Mr. Bolo? Give me a few minutes. And I'll take you out. Let me get him a treat. Hold on. Let me get him a treat. He loves treats. I'm coming back. World's most attractive dog needs a treat. All right, you want to hear him bark? Okay, I'll show you what he does. There we go. I'm going to go like this and go. Because he can't hear. All right, let's do that again. That wasn't that impressive. Yeah, I mean, it's a good-looking couch. Ladies love it. I was going to get a job, but then I got high. That's right. I give him Pet Botanics. They're grain-free. They're healthy. That's half coughing, half barking. Okay. As you can see, he really likes them. He's not going to throw up in my lap. There you go. Hey. He's not following his commands. All right. I'll give him one more piece. I'll give him a little bit of his food. So there you go. Yeah, you know what? He has thrown up on me before, which is exciting. It's going on a road trip with him in just a couple of weeks. So that's pretty exciting. So here's his food. And see if I can get him to eat that. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Yeah, so why is this reminding me of one of my old ex-girlfriends? When you held food away from her, did she bark? Bark like a dog? Or did she throw up in your lap? We want to know. Yep, so Bolo, yeah, now he's eating away. He couldn't be happier. See, the little treat thing was the way to go. Yeah, he's a happy camper. Yeah, everyone needs to know, Ed, about your old ex-girlfriend and how this connects it to Bolo eating and barking. And remember, this is a family show. So I just hand these to him once at a time. His little teeth are sort of falling out. It's really sad. But he's spunky. Time for you to get set up for that Rico show. Yeah, you see. Love you, Chattanooga. Maybe an ex threw up on his lap. Yeah, you could very well could be. Cliffhangers, that's right. Every time it comes to you. By the way, I don't know if you guys followed this or not, but Scott and Liz are stepping back. They're just going to step down to like one or two aquariums. And, hey, I love them both. But I'm going to miss hanging out with them. And I'm hoping that 6 months from now, they're going to get the itch and have 25 tanks again. Because I like them a whole lot. And I know you guys do too. So Scott's good people, and Liz, they're just great people. I love them both. And so it's and there have been times where I haven't had aquariums up. You know what I call those times? Sad times. It can be sad times all the way around. Yeah, that's they're just going to take a step back. So, it's I'm hoping that and by the way, sometimes people go and they recalibrate their fish hobby. So they kept back and they go, "Ooh, I have an itch to do this," and they do that. So they want to have time for other things, not easy looking after monster cichlids, which is true. That's got negativity, though. The monster cichlids, they're lovely. And so, again, I love them. Whenever they want to come back, I'll get, from there. Liz is keeping her tanks. Yep. They're beautiful people. So, again, it's just... I used to love their Sunday night deal where they would have their wine and do all that sort of stuff. And it was fun. Beautiful people. So, all right, let's my tax refund, I can't wait for that to show up because it's going to be spent right away on electrical for the fish room. They're keeping the 265, yeah. And yep, they are fun. I think the world of them. So I'm it's funny is that my office, we've been going through some changes. Not dramatic changes, just some changes at the office. And we're having a talk, and one of the people I report to is kind of a negative, and I'm always like, the glass is half full, everybody. How wonderful this is. And so we're having... Oh, yeah, Carrie, I sure will. My living room aquariums will still be there. I'm not going to do a bedroom aquariums yet, but I figure talk about opening line for the ladies. So yeah, I'm going to keep my fish that I have in the living room. I'm going to move what I have in the kitchen into the fish room, over several months. So it's not like I don't have to do it tomorrow when I get this thing set up. Hey, our buddy John Oliver, we haven't seen him today. He's a good guy. By the way, I really liked meeting him when I was in at the Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society table sale. The table sale was kind of a stinker, primarily because it was, I don't know why, it was like the weather wasn't perfect. It was really great. I sold a bunch of junk. Turtle tank in the bedroom. There you go. This spring one wasn't very good. The previous fall one was great. So there's an aquarium sale for those table sale. If you are anywhere near Joplin Mo, it's going to be at Snakes and Tails outside at the fish store. They have tables all set up. It's great. And the city of Joplin's nuts. So you actually part of the cost is to pay for the table and to pay for a license fee from the state of from the city of Joplin. I'm not kidding. It's just stupid. So we're gonna go and do that moonlighting with the turtle. Yeah. This last weekend, and I couldn't do it because there was just junk to get done. They were doing there was a reptile show in Springfield, it was about an hour away, and I didn't do it. And part of me is now kind of sad I didn't. I need to go to one of those and go and hang out. But I had stuff to do here at the homestead. When I get my tax refund, I also get to replace a commode. I had a commode go sideways on me. So I'm going to go and get that commode all set up and ready to go. It's good times. Good times had by all. All right, gang, thank you so much. We will see you next Monday. A Saturday, I won't be here. I may do some drop-ins early in the day because the table sale's on at the same time. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for spending great time. And have a good one, everybody.